Welcome to the Existence Establishment takeover of White Centipede Noise. While speaking with Egan of Xiphoid Dementia on the podcast, he told me about a trove of interviews he recorded with noise artists for his Blood Ties webzine in the mid-2000s. He's generously shared the archives so these crucial documents won't be lost. Today we bring you his interview with Emil Bolio. More conversations with Macronympha, Bloody Minded, Pedestrian Deposit, and others are available through WCN TV at patreon.com/White Centipede Noise. Huge thanks to Egan and the artists for preserving this history. Also, 4 new CDs are dropping this Friday on White Centipede Noise: Death Kneel, Spallmaker, Pain Appendix and Tantric Death, and Wince. Don't miss this killer stack. Patreon physical media supporters get the entire batch delivered to their mailbox for free.
My name is Egan Budd, perform and create noise as Xiphoid Dementia. I started a webzine called Blood Ties, and I believe I started it around 2004, 2005. I wanted to do something different, so I wanted to do interviews, and I decided that audio interviews would be a good format due to the fact that, you know, what we're obsessed with, noise, industrial, is all, you know, in the sonic format. There wasn't really any way to get these interviews out into the world. Podcasts didn't really exist. I'm sure YouTube exists, but because it was video, it didn't really occur to me to just put an audio file on there, or even to do it in video format, again, because it was like I was approaching it as like, oh, well, it's a noise release, so you know, it's just for your ears. I wanted that abstraction, actually, to have it like without video. So yeah, I just posted it on the website. It would just be like a URL that you would just open, and it would be a WAV file playing in the website. There was no way to save your spot or anything. It was a mix of convenience and artistic choice to have the interviews recorded, generally at shows, at times when I would be able to interact with these artists anyways. It also, to me, when you listen, like, it becomes a bit of like almost like a field recording as well because of all the surroundings. A lot of these interviews, most were conducted with my friend Benjamin Nelson, who I actually tried to get in touch with, and he didn't respond. I'm not really sure how to contact him. I haven't talked to him in many, many years, not because there's anything wrong. He just moved to Norway, which was pretty distant, so we just kind of lost touch. I think he complements my interview style really well because he has more of like a record nerd kind of brain, and he would, anytime I'd just be like, you know, I'm asking about feelings, I'm asking about inspiration, I want to know like subject matter, which, you know, I try to pull out of a lot of these artists and they don't want to talk about, you know, probably because it's a lot of edgy subjects and everything. But I was kind of looking for some knit and grit there. Benjamin always brings us back to, okay, well, what's the difference between this record and that record? And, you know, like, how did you meet this specific person? And names, dates, titles, things that I'm not very good at remembering. So he was always there to kind of like stay on task and add some specific knowledge and statistics, I think, to the interview. Blood Ties was only a webzine, and so I was running that just like as its own thing. And I had started Existence Establishment as a label separately at that time. And then I decided to end Blood Ties and basically like recreate Existence Establishment as a webzine as well as the record label and everything, and kind of host the information for Xiphoid Dementia on Existence Establishment as well, and also the distro store, you know, just kind of bring it all together instead of having like 2 separate entities. So that's why I basically ended Blood Ties to just kind of like unite everything together. First interview with Ron, aka Emil Bolio. This was actually recorded at RR Records. I'm not sure. I'm guessing it was probably around the same time as the Cornucopia interview, so it might have been when Jorge played the shop. I love this one because Ron just has an amazing personality. It shines here. His view on noise is like very unique. It's really positive, but also in some kind of way completely nihilistic, which I think just encapsulates kind of the harsher end of noise in a really good way. And it was really unpredictable. I didn't expect to end up chatting about cowboy music in a noise interview. So he really like threw us for a loop a few times, and I mean that's how it was. Just to kind of paint the picture, that's how it is interacting with Ron. I mean, when you walk into RRR Records, or Records as he likes to say, you don't know what kind of music's going to be playing. You maybe bring some noise releases up to the counter, and he'll pull out some crazy record that's like, Balinesian music from 1960. Like, you have no idea, and you're just like, he just throws you for a loop. So, yeah, this one is really special, I think, for that reason.
So we're here at the RRR Record Store with Ron Lessard.
219 Central Street, Lowell, Massachusetts, 0198.
I'm not plugging it or anything, but...
978-454-8002, 10 to 5, Monday through Saturday.
All right.
Give or take an hour, if I show up.
So, I guess instead of introducing you myself, do you have any, short... you want to tell our listeners, what...
No.
Okay.
No, I'm here on your dime.
He does the Emil Bolio Noisician project, if you want to call it that. I don't know.
For want of a better term.
Yeah. So he's also been a, distributing experimental and avant-garde music for some time now.
Yep. And I sell Van Halen, and I got all kinds of good stuff here in the shop. Yeah.
So when did you actually start?
1984.
This stuff. Okay.
Yep. Actually, January the 3rd, 1984 is when I opened.
Wow.
Yep.
Did you open the store before you got into noise, or?
No, I was listening to noise before I opened the store.
Okay.
Yeah, but they weren't related. I was just into it. I didn't open the store because of noise. I opened the store because I wanted to own a record store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you opened it, did you just had a vision of just selling,
I just wanted to have a cool record
music?
store. Yeah, I just didn't want to work for a living. I just had it. My ambition was to have the coolest record store in town. Thank you very much. Yeah. It's just that
definitely
simple.
The coolest record store in Lowell, Massachusetts.
Exactly.
I would say.
Exactly. So I can't complain. Everything after the verse is just gravy. So.
When you started your record store, did you start the mail order right away? Did you do a lot of mail order back then?
Let's see. I opened in '84. My first catalog, I think, came out at the end of the year, like November of '84, something like that. And my first record, my first label, I think came out like at the end of '85.
What was that?
It was Eugene Chadbourne, country music of Southeast Australia. Not quite as good as banjo versions of Van Halen, but damn it, it's close.
Was that did you call it RRR back then?
Records.
When did you decide to start the Pure series after that?
When? 1995.
Why did you start the Pure series if you already had a record label going?
Well, it was just an offshoot of, our records. And the whole idea behind Pure is that I wanted to release 50 CDs over the last 5 years of the millennium. 95, 96, 97, 98, and 99. And on January the 1st, 2000, Pure was officially disbanded. And everything that came out on Pure was reissued as RRR titles.
All right.
But the whole idea was just to have 50 CDs over 5 years, over the last 5 years of the millennium. Don't ask me why. It was just one of those things that popped into my head, and I had to do it,
Is there a difference of what you decided was going to be on RRR and Pure, or was it?
Well, Pure, the whole idea behind Pure was to have just pure noise, just as much as possible, and one of the things about behind Pure is I wanted was the generic covers and the generic titles and all that stuff. Is I wanted to remove the whole concept of ego when it comes to noise, because a lot of bands they think we're so tough. We're going to put this shit on the cover. We're going to make it look like this. Or we're going to make it look like that. We're going to put tons and tons of manifestos explaining why we're so fucking awesome,
Yeah.
And so I wanted to eliminate all that and just, either the sound stands on its own or you toss it.
Yeah.
So that was the second big concept behind Pure.
Oh, cool. And when did you start recording as Emil Bolio?
I have no idea. I'm going to guess 84. I'm going to guess. I have no idea.
How did you come up with the character?
Emil Bolio? when I first started, well, Emil Bolio is a real character. He is the former mayor of Manchester, New Hampshire, and that's my hometown, you know.
Oh, okay.
And when I started doing my recordings, I knew I didn't want to release it as Ron Lassard. I mean, do you want to put yours out as, what's your name again?
Benny Nielsen.
Do you want to release your recordings as Benny Nielsen?
No.
Yeah, tell me about it, you know? So, I mean, I didn't want to do it as Ron Lassard either, you know? So, I mean, you know how you have to stick with your first impressions? Don't ask me why. For some reason, the name Emil Bolio popped into my head. I have no idea why. No idea why. But it's such a weird, retarded name. I knew I had to use it, you know? And you know, I just adopted it for that one project, and I kept it ever since.
Have you, you're saying that one project, have you been involved in other
Well,
projects?
by that one recording.
Okay.
I decided to, I didn't want to put this recording out as Ron Lassard. I wanted to put this recording out as something else. And I didn't want to have, like, stupid band name, you know, like Mutilated Carcass or something like that. You know, it's just, like, so generic, you know? So, like I said, I mean, Emil Bolio, for some reason, they just, like, boing, and, you know, I just had to stick with it. Yeah.
I know some of the your views on noise differ in some respect than what seems to be very accepted in the scene. Like, a lot of people are more into, like, you know, misanthropic themes and, like, very,
Whatever.
you know, outcast, isolationist. Yeah.
Whatever.
They throw all these names around.
It's
How
just
do
punk
you...
rock bullshit.
Yeah, you think
it's just,
so?
It's just fucking posing. Of course it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, when you meet these people in person, they're just like regular people.
Yeah. How is your stuff, like, accepted? How do you think it's accepted as far as being, you know, more of, like, on the, you know, noise equals love type themes?
Well,
and, you know, when you play a lot of people who say they don't know, they haven't seen you before, have you gotten any interesting reactions?
Oh, I always get positive responses. Yeah. Nowadays, especially.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I pretty much got my shit together, and I'm able to relay it in performance. And you know, assuming I have a good set, then you know, people can definitely dig it. You know. What was the question again?
Have you gotten any, what's, like, so to say, some of the most interesting responses that you've gotten?
Oh, I don't even want to get started on that. No, I mean, you know.
We want to hear stories.
No, I got no stories about that stuff. No. Okay. Oh, no, forget it.
Oh, come on. You've toured quite a lot over the years. Who has been your favorite
To tour with?
To tour with, yeah. Or you know,
probably Dominic, period. Yeah. He's just, you know, massively motivated and, you know, no bullshit kind of guy, you know. So when you hit the road with him, it's strictly you do it and that's it. You know,
Yeah.
there's no fucking around. Yeah.
So is the store usually closed when
It's
you
always
tour?
closed, yeah. Totally.
So no one else works it?
Strictly a one-man operation. Yeah.
For your store, do you usually do more mail order or in-store purchases?
Since this is my third location, since I've moved to this location, in-store business has dropped dramatically, only because the foot traffic at this end of Central Street is really different than that end of Central Street. Over there's where the school is, the university, the bus stop.
Yeah.
So all the kids that get out of school, they go hang over there. They don't walk over here, you know? So since moving here, in-store business has dropped dramatically. However, since moving here, I bought a computer, and that made a world of freaking difference.
Yeah.
I mean, internet sales is about 2/3 of my business at this point.
Wow. So it makes up for moving, at least.
Yeah. The dynamics of business has changed a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the year, I still make X amount of dollars. I still make the same income. You know,
Yeah.
it's just the way I have to go about it differently. You know, but I still end up with the same.
Has there ever been an issue with you mixing, I mean, music I assume is very much of a pleasure of yours, business and pleasure, or has it been pretty much just a non-issue?
Never been an issue.
How do you think the, I don't want to say scene, because that's not really what I'm looking for, since so much of this is so much of this experimental music trading is worldwide, but how do you think, like, the, you know, economy of that has changed over the period that you've been involved in it?
Well, the big change that there's, like, you know, way more people involved. I mean, way more people involved. I mean, it used to be there was only like 20 people across the country who cared, you know?
Yeah.
Now there's 20 people in every major city, you know?
So many people.
I know! You know? I mean, you know, in that respect, I mean, there's lots more activities, a lot more trading going on, there's a lot more shows, there's a lot more just a lot more of everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think you're able to keep up with everything that's
I don't
going
even
on?
try keeping up. Don't even try. No, I've long since given up trying. Yeah.
What kind of effect do you think it's going to have on everything, like with this style?
What do you mean?
Like, do you think, having an overflow of goods, I mean, what is it going to do for, even in terms of your business, but also in terms of the art of it?
Well, I mean, I've been hearing a lot of complaints from people in our scene about a lot of these bands putting out shit left and right. Every fucking jam session they do comes out on a limited CDR, and it's like, phew, people are bitching. People are bitching, and I don't blame them, because, I mean, there's no quality control. There's not enough quality control as far as putting material out right now. Yeah.
Another aspect of the store is, how do you choose what it is that you carry? Is it purely based on what you know will move, or is it also who you enjoy, who you prefer to work with?
Well, yeah, I mean, I always try to get stuff I can sell, obviously, I mean, I have to sell my stuff, but I like taking chances with things I don't know, I mean, otherwise you just go to Kmart and buy your shit,
I've noticed a lot lately, too, you seem to be taking a big interest in releasing new acts, younger acts.
I've always, well, if you've ever paid attention to my label, I was always more interested in putting out, like, the first record of some unknown band than the 14th record from, the European All-Stars. That's just the way it's always been, and it's just the way I always will be. It's just what interests me personally. I mean, so many labels they start up, they put out Merzbow or Obe or whatever, same old shit all over again, I mean, I would much rather do Other People's Children or, fucking Deadly Orifice or some totally fucked in the head band like that,
Yeah.
Totally.
What year did the New England box set first come out?
It's been about 3 years now, I guess.
3 years?
Yeah.
And then you haven't really done anything since then. The California box set just came out, and you have plans for a bunch more.
I see, since that New England thing, I did like those picture discs.
Yeah.
I did like 4 picture discs.
Well, in terms of like regional based.
Oh, it's the regional stuff.
Yeah. What made you start to kind of kick into gear and decide to start doing more box sets like that?
It just seemed like a good idea. I mean, for the same basic reasons. I mean, there's so much activity. Which band do I put out? Do I put out this band? Do I put out that band? Do I put out this band? Do I put out that band? I don't. Put them all out. Do a box set. Give them each a full side of a record.
There you go. What kind of music do you listen to as part of your everyday? I mean,
folk covers of Van Halen.
But like, what, for instance, right now, what have you most enjoyed that you've heard that's been released over the last few months?
Anything that's been released over the past few months, I haven't heard it. Nope, I haven't heard it. I don't care. You can name any record or any CD that came out in the past 2 months, I guarantee I haven't heard it.
How about your stand-up favorites? Like ones that you always end up going back to?
Right now, I'm totally obsessed with cowboy songs. Seriously, no.
Has it been the late passing of Johnny Cash? Or?
No. I'm not too much into Johnny Cash, although I do have one of his CDs in the CD player today.
Yeah.
No. I'm more into like actual cowboy songs. Like the Spurs at Jingle Jangle and Streets of Laredo. I mean actual cowboy songs, not country songs.
All right.
I don't care about songs about beer and pickup trucks. I care about songs but the guy pulls out his 6-shooter, gets into a gunfight. To me, that's really cool.
All right.
I've been listening to a lot of that stuff lately. Yeah.
So does that kind of music have an effect on what you do as Emil Bolio, or?
No.
What does have an effect on the music of Emil Bolio?
It's just, I have no answer for that. I have no idea. Why do you do what you do? I have no idea. I just have no choice,
Yeah.
When Emil Bolio, now you do a lot of the live performance where you alter other people's records, generally ones that you recently put out.
Right.
Has Emil Bolio always been using other people as source material?
Yeah, always. Ever since the day one. Yeah.
Did you decide to do that because?
Because that was the only, because I have zero talent. I can't play any instrument at all, and I never owned any instruments. I've never owned anything. I've never owned a guitar. I've never owned keyboards, drums, nothing. And one day I was at my friend's house, and he's playing guitar. He gives me a microphone. I didn't know what the hell to do with it. I know I can't sing. So I took that microphone and I stuck it up to the radio and started flicking the channels. And that, and that was like, the beginning of everything. Just flicking the dial of the fucking radio.
What sort of equipment do you use? I mean, is it specifically just records and effects pedals, or is it just people's records, or does it vary?
Well, the records I use, I actively manipulate them. I mean, I actively alter them before I use them. I'll melt them, I'll scratch the shit out of them, I'll paint them over, just to get them all ugly and dirty and skippy. And then I'll just listen to those dirty, skippy records and find the elements that work for me. And then I'll try to build something around it. So, I mean, I try to work on my pieces, especially when I play live. I mean, I don't like just going up there and winging it because it's too easy to fuck up, So I like to have my shit thought out in advance. I mean, that's why when you see me, I play the same songs over and over and over. So it's like when you go see your favorite rock band, you want to hear them play their best songs. I feel it's the same way with noise. If I'm going to play, I want to give them my best material, and not just wank off.
And since you're generally you're always altering other people's stuff, do you consider that act more on your side performance based than as a musician?
It's just my personal aesthetic. It's just the best I can do. It's just the way I think.
So sort of flip-flopping back and forth between subjects here. Going back to the store, what is it about Lowell that has made you to choose to stay here?
I had an opportunity here, and I decided to go for it, and it paid off.
Are you thankful, and is that why you're staying? Because it seems like you might
home.
get more business
Lowell,
being closer to Boston.
I don't want to be in a big city.
Yeah.
I'm just, I'm not a big city guy. Lowell is too big for me. If I had my way, I would have a store in the mountains of New Hampshire. But, like I said, I had an opportunity here. I met a guy who owned a record store that was going out of business. I just bought him out, moved right in. So for me, it was totally simple. I had a location and a record. I just moved right in,
Wow.
So it worked out really great for me.
And so you recently helped set up the hospital store too. How did that go?
Oh, have you been there?
Yeah, I've been.
It's awesome.
I was just wondering your experience with, getting him set up and everything. Was that a challenging
simple.
experience?
No, it was just it's just hey, let's do it, yeah! It was great. It was loads of fun, yeah.
Do you think it'll be okay being way in the back of a reggae store, or?
As far as I know, he's doing great already.
That's good.
As far as I know, he's got his shit together, I have no doubts he'll make it.
Yeah.
I have no doubts at all. Yeah,
Yeah, it definitely ended up looking great and everything. Being there was
sure
not too different from being here in a way.
Well, there you go.
So another question about the label. When did you start doing the recycled tapes?
I have no idea. It's got to be in the 80s. I have no idea. I'm going to guess 88, 89, but I have no idea.
Why did you start?
Because I had a lot of fucking crappy cassettes in my shop I couldn't sell.
So,
do you remember who was the original?
If I remember correctly, the first batch of artists was... it was me and Merzbow and the Haters. And I think Sudden Infant. And I forget. Somebody like that. That crowd.
Is it true that a fair amount of them are you
Yeah, it's true.
on the tapes performing other people?
Yeah, it's just me, manipulating their records. Yeah.
So really, a bunch of them are Emil Bolio tapes.
No, it's them. No, I mean, if you buy, the Wolf Ice, you're going to get Wolf Ice material,
So what are the plans for RRR Records?
Just keep doing it.
Keep doing it?
Yeah.
But do you have anything interesting in the works? Or?
I got more box sets coming out. I'm going to be hanging out here at the store. I'm not going to be playing shows for a long time.
Is there a reason you took time off from doing shows?
Yeah. Last year I did 5 fucking tours. Almost 100 shows, And I did practically the same set every fucking show. If I do that set one more time, I'm gonna go bonkers. And if I'm going bonkers, then the crowd's going bonkers. I'm sure they don't want to hear me do that shit any more than I want to play it. So I just need to step back, get the juices flowing again, and get some fresh ideas going. So, forget it. No. was just gonna say something, but nah, forget it.
Oh,
You can edit
we
that
want to
part
hear
out.
those.
No, it's just that I know if I'd played 2 more shows, I'm like this close to Suckville. If I play 2 more shows, I'm gonna go over that top, and I'll be falling down to fucking Suckville. So it's always best to stop when you're ahead.
Right.
Totally.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
I have one last question. You've had a lot of people play in the store over the years too. Who's your favorite person that you've had come play in the store?
What's been the best performance, I guess?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
impossible. Oh, there's been some real crank sturgeon.
Yeah.
4-way anal touch fight.
Those guys are definitely excellent live.
Head with wings.
Who's that?
It was early incarnation of 4-way anal touch fight. But no, there's been a lot of really fun shows here in the shop. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks a lot for the interview. We really
My
appreciate it.
pleasure. My pleasure. I hope people listen to it.
Yep. Marvelous Art of our records and Emil Bolio.
Thank you very much.